ways. He apparently shipped quite a few cattle, and in 1884, when Mary, his oldest daughter, married James Kane, he put on a real big party for him there. Had everybody in town in Tucson down there for this party, and killed some oxen and pigs and chickens and turkeys, and just had a big party. And apparently homesteaded a ranch back to the east in this Gardner Canyon, kind of where Tom had this Apache Springs Ranch, and they had homesteaded that, or started to homestead it, and Tom gave him a herd of a couple of hundred head of cattle, so he was obviously doing pretty good. In the mid-1880s, or latter 1880s, this terrible drought set in, and there was a depression in the country at the same time, and people couldn't even give their cattle away hardly. Mary and Jim they did their best, but they ended up having to sell their cattle to the people from the Empire Ranch, and then they sold them the ranch itself. And Tom held on, had an awful time with paying his taxes or doing anything on the place, but he finally gave it up about 1894, and he sold his ranch to the Empire Ranch people at that time, and they moved over to a place at the mouth of Casablanca Canyon, just about a mile east of Patagonia. And of course, Tom continued right up to the end of his life, although pictures of him show him to be somewhat frailer, more frail at the end of his life. He wasn't that same robust guy that he'd always been. But Tom lived until 1906, and then Gertrude followed him about 1921, I think, 21 or 23. And anyway, they were great people, and I'm sure proud to have been related to that family.